Alright, so here I am working on two more stockish short blocks, and the one on the left end of the bag is together and cranks in it and everything's good. I'm currently working on this one, which belongs to Trey and Alan Sewell, and I've got the main bearings in there, and I've got them fitted, and I've got them initially measured, and what I've got is I've got bearing clearances all over the place. You see the 22 to 22, 29, 24, and 13. If you look at the crankshaft is close on the mains. They're within a tenth of each other, so that's good. But what you're not seeing, or you can't see with the naked eye, and you got to measure it, is the bearing insert thickness. I have used all standard bearings. I have two sets of Federal-Mogul bearings here. I've also picked through my bearing drawer Federal-Mogul bearings as well, and this is what I've got for clearances. Now 29 would never ever fly, even in a race motor, unless it was a serious race motor. I don't think I'd ever let that fly. 13 is way too tight for a serious motor, but marginal for a stockish build, because the factory obviously said I'm tighter than that, but I still don't like that. So if you look over on the left of my paper there, you can see I have 13, 19, 14, and 3. So what I'm going to do on number 2 is I'm going to go grab me a 1 under insert, and that's probably going to bring it down to 25 or less, which would be acceptable. Number 3, I'm probably going to leave it like it is. 24 would be really good for a serious motor. If it was more of a stock type build, I'd like to get it maybe closer to 2 if I could. And then number 3, I'm just going to be miking bearings and just trying to find a bearing that's a little bit thinner to give me 4 or 5 more 10,000s to get that thing a little bit looser. Sometimes you take bearings that they mic the same, but when you put them in, I don't know why, but sometimes they crush a little different. So you have to check that. That always makes me take them back apart and check it and look at it, upside down, sideways, however. But you gotta move them around and see what you got going on here. And this is a very good reason for the backyard shade tree guy who thinks they're gonna buy one set of mains and one set of rods, and they're gonna build their motor and slap it together with plastic gauge or no plastic gauge, just put it together. Chances are that if I put this motor together, that crankshaft would probably spin like butter. And probably what would hurt would be that thrust bearing, which is almost 3,000. That's a little loose. So if we can, you always want it a little bit tighter than that. So I'm going to chase that. But you can see that just as demonstration that this is a reason why you would not want to just buy a set of bearings and drop it in without checking it. This is a factory block. The main bore is untouched. Yes, it's been bored, but the main bore has not been touched. It's as it left GM, and they're all very close in size, so the difference is in the bearings.